caught me off guard, though. I thought you were gonna go with the echo, and then you pointed to me, and
I gotta keep you on your toes.
You do.
You gotta keep you tap dancing, man.
Keep me sharp, so I don't, fall into senility and
keep that angelic Mariah Carey voice flowing.
All right, so today we are talking about goings-on in the DC movie cinematic universe, I guess, because we're going to talk about movies and TV shows and things like that. San Diego's Comic-Con just happened, and they showed some trailers for things coming up, and there's been some news about casting for future movies and stuff, so jump right into it. If you haven't seen the Aquaman trailer yet, I'm going to put the link below. You need to check that out.
Nice.
Nick, what's your thoughts on the Aquaman trailer?
I'm semi-interested just because, I say semi because it's DC. I don't think they are at the quality, dishing out quality films and shows as I think they should be. So that kind of cuts the excitement in half. I am going to go see it. We're going to have to check it out and review it, no doubt, so look for that. The only thing I like, when I first heard of the movie and knew that Jason Momoa was getting casted and all that stuff, I wasn't that interested. Now that I see the sea creatures and the great white sharks and the army that lives in the ocean that's with him and part of him, now you're starting to get me. I want to see that, you know what I mean? So I'm excited for that. I do not have high hopes. If I'm pleasantly surprised, then that would be pleasant. That would be great. That's what I want to happen. But I never thought in my life that I would never care about Batman and Superman. I'm at a point in my life where I do not give two shits about Batman and Superman. And if you would have told me this 10 years ago, I would have been like, there's no way it's Batman and Superman. I am always going to love Batman and I'm always going to love Superman. Well, the creative forces that be that are in charge of these characters have just destroyed the characters to embarrassing points. It's so bad. It's so bad that I didn't even see the Justice League or Batman for Superman. I didn't even go to the movies for those. That's how weirdly they didn't matter to me. And so with that being said, I'm half in for Aquaman. I'm going to see it. I'm not expecting much.
I'm looking forward to Aquaman. First of all, when I first heard Jason Momoa as Aquaman, I'm like, all right, that's going to give a whole different dynamic to the character, because I like Jason Momoa from Game of Thrones, and he is just a beast. And so no longer is he this, blonde-haired guy in orange and green, who looks kind of metrosexual. I mean, now he's just like, he's got tats, and he's like, yeah, bring it!
Yeah, bring it.
And, you see this trailer, and it's got the sea life and stuff, and, I mean, the visual effects look amazing.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa, I think Aquaman as a character is just Jason Momoa playing himself.
Yeah, well, that's what I don't like about it. I think Jason Momoa is a bad actor. I think he's just big, buff, and has a certain look that works for stuff. The women love him regardless if he's talented or not. The memes I'm seeing on Facebook are borderline ridiculous. So he's going to make money, but I think A Piece of Wood has more talent than him. I think his work in Game of Thrones was not that good, if you ask me. I think he's good for action scenes. I do know why he was casted, but don't expect any star-studded performance with great dialogue or anything like that. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it in the trailer.
Well, let's face it, you say don't expect star-studded performance or great dialogue. I have one word to say for you. DC.
Yeah.
When have we ever seen that?
Stands for don't care.
Right. Except for the Christian Bale Batman.
That's different.
But that was
a respectable director that did the right thing from casting to writing.
But all the recent DC movies...
And that's why we don't care that much. You went from Batman Begins and so on and so forth to where Batman is today. There's a big problem and a big gap between the quality.
Now let's talk about talking about Batman, the upcoming rumors. I don't know if they're confirmed news or whatever.
Are you talking about the Joker stuff?
Yes.
This is happening.
Okay, so
kick it off.
All right. Well, you told me about it.
I did. I got this.
All right.
Okay. This is interesting. Joaquin Phoenix officially is casted as the Joker for a Joker Origins film. Scorsese may direct it, but now that they didn't cast Leonardo DiCaprio, now that they did not cast him, which they were in very close talks with, They decided to go with Joaquin Phoenix, and I think that's going to affect Scorsese wanting to be part of the project, because
I know Scorsese and Leo are tight, yes.
As they should be. They're powerhouses that work well together. I hope Scorsese stays, but I think they'll be in search for a new director. The fun part is they're going to start shooting at the end of next month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, and they don't have a director yet? That doesn't make it.
They're going to have one by then.
Okay.
For sure. I mean, Scorsese's on board, but I think there's going to be a last minute boom. Script is still going to be existing. He's not writing it. It's already there. And someone else is just going to helm it at the last second. That's what I think.
That doesn't give them a lot of time to prep and kind of get that mental image going, storyboarding and stuff like that. I mean, that's all very important.
But it's DC.
Yeah, it's true.
Like you said. That's why that's how I think it's going to go. I don't think they're going to treat this with the time and effort. They did say this is going to be darker than Jared Leto's Joker and his depiction. Weirdly enough, Jared Leto will play the Joker in certain productions that are still in the DC universe. So they're going to have 2 running Jokers.
I heard Jared Leto said that he was never going to play Joker again for them because of the way the butcher job they did in editing after Suicide Squad.
Really?
That's what I had heard.
I heard that, but I didn't know if he made up his mind, because when I was reading this article, they said there's plans to insert the Jared Leto one and things that connect to what's going on in DC versus universe now, but that could change too.
And that's a big curious, you know, it's one of those things, you know, you've got the official DC cinematic universe now with Justice League and Aquaman and stuff like that. That official Joker is Jared Leto, because he was in Suicide Squad, which has got the Ben Affleck Joker, or Ben Affleck Batman rather, you know, so if that's the official one, then...
You know what they're doing? It's like the Venom thing. Venom will not be in a Marvel Spider-Man movie, but Venom's got his own movie. You know what I mean?
You know.
They're going to do the same thing. They're going to have a Joker for their connected cinematic universe, and side stories for probably the more adult-themed other crowd is what they're going to start over with, which is weird. Running two different things at once.
They keep reinventing their characters, and I think that's a big problem.
It's because they make mistakes every time they try the first time.
This will be what, the 4th cinematic Joker?
4th iteration of it, yeah.
Yeah, because we've got Jack Nicholson, we had Heath Ledger, Jared Leto, and now this, Joaquin Phoenix. Now, I don't have an issue with Joaquin Phoenix as an actor.
I don't.
But he, to me, I look at him, I don't see the Joker. Now, that being said, when I first heard Heath Ledger as a Joker, I'm like, that makes no sense, that's going to be awful. And he was brilliant. So I'm hoping there will be this same brilliance. I think you knew this. Joaquin Phoenix was the first cast as Doctor Strange and backed out of it when they put Cumberbatch in. So,
and I'm so glad Cumberbatch has it.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I can't see Joaquin Phoenix as Doctor Strange. I can't see Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker.
Okay, I can.
Really?
I think Joaquin Phoenix is going to give a performance that you will hold Heath Ledger in the same conversation. I think he's
interesting.
I really do. I have seen a lot of this man's films. He's had highs and lows in his personal life related to the type of artist he is and how he approaches films. And I think this is why he was casted. I think he's been through enough crazy shit in his life, with his brother dying, him being addicted to drugs, him losing his mind and losing friends. I think all of this is going to feather his performance as the Joker, and I think it is the role he's been waiting for.
Interesting.
I think he's been begging for this.
I hope you're right. And I think a lot of that is going to come down to the director, who the director is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that you know, that partnership between the director and the lead actor. So I'm hopeful for this because, you know,
what you're talking about, he talked about in a sci-fi interview, which I hope you read tonight. He says his favorite part about this project, besides the fact that he's always wanted it, is that the director is just saying, do what you have to do.
So you know who I would have loved to see as a Joker?
Leonardo.
Well, he would have been great. I think as an older Joker, I would have loved to see
Christoph Waltz. Chris.
No.
Remember that? Him?
No. Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Now I think
yes.
The thing,
I don't have a face.
Yeah, I don't think Leo could have pulled off. Leo's older now. I don't think he could have pulled off a young Joker. You know who I would have loved to see as a young Joker? Bill Skarsgård. Pennywise.
Yes, there is a young Joker on the Gotham show now that is doing an excellent job, though. There is.
And again, there's a disconnect. There's yet another cinematic Joker, even though it's not, you know.
You even mentioned there's 5.
Yeah.
All iterations of the Joker that we have so far.
So
tell me a little bit more. about your hopes or reservations for Joaquin Phoenix specifically?
I just don't see it in
Okay.
his look, in the way I've seen him acting. He's a fine actor. I loved him in Gladiator and Signs and stuff like that. I just don't see
The extremism part
the
of it.
the manic. That's what I'm afraid of with Joaquin Phoenix.
And I understand your reservations.
Nowhere in
but I think
any
you're
of
gonna be
his
surprised.
acting have I ever seen him play that kind of character.
You're right, but with me reading between some of the lines of his, some of his work, I can see it. I think there's a possibility there, and I know you hope I'm right.
I'm a hopeful, absolutely. Like I said,
I think it's there.
I had written off Heath Ledger originally as well because I'd never seen him do that kind of role either.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
So I am in Joaquin Phoenix's corner
Yes, I'm
for
glad.
this. I hope he does a brilliant job,
Me too.
and this is the redemption that DC needs.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, it's all on you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's actually all on him. It literally is. If he represents this, he's bringing the fandom back.
Right.
He will. So, not to put any pressure on you, buddy, but do a good job.
And consider this is his first major movie role in a
In a
long,
long
time
time.
as well.
In
So
a long time, years.
now let's talk about, and really this is one of his only where he's like carrying the movie. And stuff
Oh,
like
this
that
is all
as
him.
well.
This is an origin story.
Yeah,
It's all
so-
about the Joker. That's it.
Another thing in the goings on, one of the other San Diego Comic-Con trailers was for a TV show. I think it looked like a TV show this fall, Titans. And it's basically live-action Teen Titans. And Nick and I just watched the trailer just before we filmed this. And it looks dark.
It looks dark and bloody.
Yeah, and I'm hopeful for it. It looks pretty cool.
It does. I kept saying, I think I'm going to have to check this out. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to have to check it out. I'll know in one episode, dude. I will know if I never have to watch it again
Right.
or if I should stick with it.
Nightwing looks badass, and what's her name? The pale chick with
With the like
the magic powers and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I don't watch
can't remember
Teen
what her
Titans,
name
so I
is.
don't remember.
I should know
Yeah,
this
you'll
because I've got
know.
a lot of friends who
Are into it.
yeah, Raven. I think Raven's her.
You're right. I
is
think
that
you're right.
her-
It is Raven.
Is that her hero name or her real name?
No, I think that's her hero.
Okay.
When she's got the hoodie on
Yeah.
and the eyes glowing. Yeah.
And just looks awesome, scary, hardcore. So, but I think that's only gonna. DC is releasing their own like network channel type
Streaming
thing.
service type thing.
I think so.
Like
so,
Disney is, yeah.
so we're gonna see. I'm gonna have to check that out. So. That's what's going on in the DC universe. We took a break from Star Wars and Marvel and all that kind of stuff. Lots of stuff going on. Let's hope that it turns out as good as things look like they could be for
Yes.
DC. 'Cause
We want quality.
DC needs a win.
Oh,
They
God.
desperately need a win, and these could be it. So,
Absolutely.
now the one thing that is not a DC property though is
What?
X-Force.